Egypt, a country known for its endless deserts and dry climate, has recently faced something almost unimaginable: massive floods sweeping through several of its regions. In a land where rain is rare and the sun reigns for most of the year, the sudden arrival of heavy storms has taken both citizens and experts by surprise. Over the past few days, rain poured for hours, soaking streets that had not seen such rainfall in years. The water rushed through narrow alleys, filled open fields, and gathered in low-lying neighborhoods. By the time the skies cleared, large parts of several governorates were underwater. Local authorities declared emergency measures almost immediately. Streets in Upper Egypt, the Nile Delta, and parts of the Red Sea region were completely flooded. In some towns, residents watched helplessly as the water rose inch by inch, reaching doorsteps and, in some cases, entering homes. For many Egyptians, this was not just another rainstorm. It was an event few had ever witnessed in their lifetimes. The sudden shift in weather patterns. Meteorological experts explain that this extreme weather event is part of a broader regional pattern. In recent years, the Middle East and North Africa have experienced increasingly unpredictable weather: longer heat waves, sudden storms, and intense rainfall in areas that rarely see it. According to the Egyptian Meteorological Authority, the unusual rain resulted from the meeting of warm air masses from the south with colder currents coming from the Mediterranean. This interaction created powerful clouds that unleashed torrential rain across the country. The rainfall lasted for several continuous hours, in some areas exceeding the total average of an entire season. Streets that had no proper drainage systems quickly turned into rivers, carrying debris, soil, and even cars along their way. The human impact. Behind every news headline are real families. In several rural communities, people had to evacuate their homes in the middle of the night as water entered living rooms and storage areas. Furniture, carpets, and electric appliances were damaged beyond repair. One resident described the scene as something out of a dream or a nightmare. She said that she had never seen such heavy rainfall in her lifetime. Relief teams were dispatched to the most affected areas, setting up temporary shelters in schools and community centers. Volunteers provided blankets, food, and medical care to those who had lost their homes. Local farmers were among the hardest hit. Floodwaters destroyed crops of wheat, onions, and vegetables, essential livelihoods for thousands of Egyptian families. Agricultural experts estimated that in some regions, over one-third of seasonal crops may have been affected by the excessive moisture. A country learning to adapt. For a nation so accustomed to arid conditions, adapting to this new kind of weather is a challenge. Egypt's infrastructure was not designed for heavy rain. Drainage systems are limited, especially outside of major cities like Cairo and Alexandria. However, over the last few years, Egypt has begun to modernize its infrastructure, introducing new water management projects and expanding stormwater networks. Officials noted that while this flood caused damage, the quick emergency response helped reduce casualties and long-term impact. Environmental experts argue that the country must now prepare for similar events to become more frequent. As global temperatures rise, weather patterns in North Africa are shifting, leading to more irregular rainfall and unexpected storms. The scenes across the nation. Videos and images shared on social media captured stunning and alarming moments. Cars submerged halfway in water, palm trees bending under strong winds, and children watching curiously from balconies as streets transformed into shallow lakes. In Alexandria, Egypt's coastal city known for its beauty and history, rainfall flooded several main roads, prompting local authorities to suspend schools for a day. In Upper Egypt, torrential rains turned dry valleys, known as wadis, into fast-moving streams of muddy water. The Red Sea region also witnessed flash floods near mountain slopes, where temporary roads were washed away. Thankfully, early warnings helped prevent larger losses. The broader picture: climate and preparedness. Scientists emphasize that what happened in Egypt reflects a growing global issue: the increasing unpredictability of climate behavior. Regions that were once dry may start seeing floods, while traditionally wet areas could experience droughts. For Egypt, a country that depends heavily on the Nile River, this shift presents new challenges in managing water resources. The floods have reminded many citizens of the delicate balance between nature and life along the Nile, a balance that has defined Egyptian civilization for thousands of years. Yet there's also hope. Environmental organizations in Egypt are using this moment to promote awareness about sustainable living, reforestation, and responsible construction in flood-prone areas. Several universities are also conducting new studies to understand how to design infrastructure capable of withstanding extreme weather. The spirit of the people. Despite the difficulties, Egyptians once again demonstrated their well-known resilience. Social media filled with stories of neighbors helping each other, young people clearing debris from streets, and small businesses donating supplies to relief teams. In moments like these, the sense of unity shines through. Even as the water slowly receded, many communities continued to work together to clean, rebuild, and protect their surroundings. One volunteer summed it up perfectly. The rain was strong, but our spirit is stronger. Looking ahead, as cleanup operations continue, Egypt is taking lessons from this experience. Authorities have begun assessing the weak points in infrastructure and planning new drainage systems for future storms. The goal is clear: to ensure that the next heavy rainfall does not turn into another national emergency. Meteorologists have also urged citizens to remain cautious, especially during the upcoming winter months, when similar weather systems may develop again. They advise the public to stay informed through official channels and avoid risky areas during heavy rain. A reminder of nature's power. What happened in Egypt may seem extraordinary, but for many experts, it is a glimpse of the future. Around the world, nations are learning that even familiar climates can change dramatically within just a few years. Egypt's floods are not only a story of destruction, they're also a story of awareness, a call for adaptation, preparation, and respect for nature's cycles. And while the Nile still flows calmly, its surroundings remind us that even in lands shaped by the desert, water remains both a blessing and a force to be reckoned with. Closing message. From the banks of the Nile to the heart of every Egyptian village, this event has left a lasting mark. It reminds us that nature has its rhythm, and that humanity must learn to live in harmony with it. This has been a special report from Rela Channel, exploring the world one story at a time.